February ugly, folks. This is the worst month of the year in Central Florida, in my estimation. It's the coldest. It's just the nastiest. It's the drabbest. It's a good thing it's only 28 days. That's all I can tell you, because it's a terrible month in this area of Florida for me and my guest, Galen who's on the phone with us from Life South, brought to you by Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and Just Ship. Galen, February is my least favorite month of the year.
Yeah, and I can understand why. I mean, sports-wise,
Nothing.
you got the Super Bowl, maybe that's it. You got some college basketball going on, but now that baseball, there's no spring training, and that's kind of weak. That's about it.
You got the contrived holiday of Valentine's Day thrown in there halfway through the month. I mean, it's just not it's weather-wise, it's just not a good month. It's not a good month.
No, and again, you got a lot of Canadians, so the roads aren't very good. Not a lot going on, right? I mean, this is where we just kind of do the best we can and get through it.
I mean, yesterday I was searching for things to watch on TV yesterday because the wife was gone for most of the day, so I was searching for things to watch, and she was doing her thing, so. The only thing that was worth watching yesterday was the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, the final round of the Pebble Beach Pro-Am. That was the only thing worth watching because there was nothing else on. I mean, the Pro Bowl, who cares? The Olympic, okay.
No.
Whatever. Nobody cares about any of this.
I will tell you what's really good. What I ended up watching this weekend was the new series on Amazon called Reacher. I had read several of the almost all of the books. So it was and they did a great job with it. So it's Reacher on Prime. There you go. There's your
Reacher on it's on Prime, huh? Not on Netflix. Yeah, it's on Prime.
No, it's fantastic. There's no other way to put it.
Reacher on Prime.
Because if you
is it patterned after Jack Reacher?
Yes. Yeah, much more than the first one with the movie with Tom Cruise.
Right.
Nobody could believe Tom Cruise was Jack Reacher when in the books Jack Reacher's a 6'5", just
behemoth, and Tom Cruise is 5'4" on a good day.
And he was trying, and Jack Reacher is not a finesse guy, whereas Reacher is just in the book, absolute beast. He likes to kill people first, and then he doesn't ask questions; he just kills them, and and that's how he investigates things. It's fantastic. It is fantastic.
I'm looking for it on here. I see it comes with great Rotten Tomato reviews and everything. So yeah. Looks like something good.
Yeah.
The next thing to watch on the streaming services.
Sure.
So did you watch any of the Pro Bowl? Any of it, even a minute?
No, I never even turned it on. Didn't care.
There were 6 interceptions in the first half.
Well, there you go.
I mean, Mac Jones looked terrible. It was. I mean, it's really a glorified 7-on-7 game. Why don't they just make it that and make it more entertaining?
Well, I thought that would be one of the things they would do. At least then it's different. And you get some of these guys who are more that speed versus physicality would just dominate. But who cares? Who cares? We've already talked about the Pro Bowl too much.
Yeah, it was. This is how bad the weekend was for sports. We have a guy who does a show here on Fridays where he picks the line for football games and everything, Kevin Stone. He was texting me how he was enjoying the skills competition on the NHL hockey weekend, All-Star weekend, instead of football, because he wouldn't even watch the Pro Bowl or anything. Here's a guy who picks lines. He does pretty good with monetary gains every year picking lines for football, and his interest was watching a skills competition for the NHL because football was just unwatchable. That tells you all. That tells you all you need to know.
I said this before. The NHL skills challenge isn't bad.
No, I like the NHL skills challenge.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. They do the speed skating and the hardest shot, and
Yeah, I
I
like
mean,
it.
at least there's something to it.
Well, you said
Um,
that's what the other three exhibition games have on the NFL is at least
I,
they have a skills competition or a dunk contest or a home run derby that is interesting enough to watch. That's what you watch instead of the game. The NFL doesn't have that. Their skills competition, it was on Thursday night. It was unwatchable. It was terrible.
yep.
So I watched. So I watched the instead. I watched the final round of the Pebble Beach Invitational, the Pro-Am. And by the way, shouldn't that be on every person who has a love of the game of golf? Shouldn't that be on your bucket list of places to go play? Shouldn't Pebble Beach be on your bucket list of places to go play?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, you could, and the thing is it's a place you can get on.
Right, it's a public
Right?
golf
I mean,
course.
yeah, kind of.
Well, it is technically a municipal golf course. You have to pay a rate to stay at the resort to play golf, but you still anybody is available to play Pebble Beach. It's not a private course where only certain members can play. Anybody that wants to play and can pony up the money that is needed to play Pebble Beach is allowed to play Pebble Beach.
I mean, if you want, you could put. I think there's a package out there.
$7.95 a night is the cheapest package.
Yeah, you can go and you can stay there for a week. You play Pebble Beach twice, Spyglass, and two other courses, and it's about $4,000.
Yeah.
So I mean, if that's what you want to do.
Well, and it's like so my wife asked me when we were talking about it. She goes, "So that's one of your bucket list? Why?" I go, "Because you're available. You're able to play it. You have access to it. That's why." She goes, "But I thought your favorite golf tournament was the Masters." I go, "Calm down." Okay. Susan goes, "But I play," and God love my wife because she doesn't say when. She doesn't say if. She says when. Like when we win the lottery, when my entrepreneurial company gets bought and it gets, we get paid a lot of money for my entrepreneurial aspect and everything. So she is very positive in her thought process. When, not if. And she goes, "Well, why couldn't you play Augusta National when we're better financially off? Why couldn't you play it?" I go, "They turned down Bill Clinton, okay? That's all you need to know. They turned down presidents to play at Augusta National." She goes, "That doesn't matter to me." So I like her positive attitude.
Well, good luck.
But I hold out no hope that I'm ever playing Augusta National.
No, I've never been inside the gate. So.
Oh, well, calm down now. I've been inside the gates 30, 40 times.
I know you. Well, I don't know about that, but yeah.
No, we used to go in the late 80s and early 90s. You didn't have to get in a lottery back then to get practice rounds. Or at least we didn't because Robert Long's mom worked at the National as head of accounts receivable.
Because I remember as early as '93 trying to get there and nothing. Even when I was in the media, I couldn't get
the greatest one I went to. Now I went to 2012 to the actual Masters. I went to 1999 Masters, and I went to 1996's Masters. The best one we went to was 96. I'm a big Norman fan.
Sure.
Went to Masters in 96.
Sure.
I even looked, my father-in-law at the time was the deputy commander at Fort Gordon in Augusta. And being a deputy commander and a full-bird colonel gets you some perks. And one of the perks was he got, the opportunity to get Saturday and Sunday badges for the Masters. And so he got the badges, and he gives them to my wife and I, because I wanted to go to. Greg Norman was, playing well, so he wasn't really that big of a golfer. So he's like, "You take the badges." So we come up from Statesboro, we go to the tournament for the weekend. We look at the badges when we get them. It's part of Tom Kite's badge regiment. We got two of Tom Kite's badges. We were getting into some pretty cool places with Tom Kite's badges.
Oh, that's fun. There you go. There you go.
But we did. WOCA right here. WOCA through the ability of Buddy Martin to get passes through his ability as a person who has spent numerous years in the media in the top echelons of the sports media. In 2012, WOCA, because of Buddy Martin's badges he was able to get, took 2 listeners to the Masters with me. How about that? How many radio stations can say they ever took a listener to the Masters?
It's true. Yeah.
WOCA can say they took two listeners, not one listener, but two listeners to the Masters.
I need press passes to the F1 race in Miami.
Well, we can always apply through the radio station. It just doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen.
I already applied. They said no.
So we're going to take a break. When we come back from break, we'll talk a little about the Olympics because they are going strong now. And
I haven't watched a minute of that
well,
either.
I watched yesterday. I watched the tape of it this morning from about 3:30 in the morning, and I'll tell you why when we come back from break. You're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Celebrate 10 new sculptures at Boba Brunch on Saturday, February 19th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at the Magnolia Art Exchange. Engage with the artist panel while enjoying a variety of mimosas, brunch, and live music on the beautiful platform of the Ocala Union Station. The fun doesn't end there. Your ticket gives you VIP access to the following Tuscarora Sculpture Stroll celebration. For tickets and information, visit www.ocalafl.org/Art Park or call 352-629-8447.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, the Olympics kicked off on Thursday night or Friday morning, depending on how much you understand the international date line, which, Galen, you know, our guest from Life South, brought to you by Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Just Shipped, has crossed numerous times. I know he's been over the international date line numerous times, so he may be able to help us understand it. But the Olympics started Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on how you look at it. Ocala owns Brittany Bowe. Went off in the 1500 at 3:30 a.m. this morning, our time. Finished a disappointing 10th. That's my only interest in these Olympics are the Ocala contingents. She finished a disappointing 10th in the 1500, which is one of her specialties. So that's the only reason I'm watching, Galen. But this thing got me all messed up, though, with the international date line and what time is it, and is it today? Is it Tuesday in China, or is it? I'm just. That's another reason I'm not watching the Olympics, is I'm confused about what day it is.
Well, the only thing I knew that was going on in the Olympics is some figure skater from California defected to China. She finished dead last, and that's about it. And I'm like, oh, okay, good. Turn your back on our country.
Well, finish last then.
For you. That's all. That's all I know. That's
hey, and if some of these celebrities that promised to leave the country in 2016 would go ahead and go to the Olympics and defect, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
But,
it's amazing. Did you hear about and I did hear about one of the Uyghurs who was competing and then they didn't win, and now they've disappeared.
Yeah,
So
disappeared.
Yeah.
Well, and now there's 2 hockey teams that played in N95 mask for the whole game. Russia and Canada played an N95 mask while they were playing hockey, women's hockey. They played the entire 3 periods in N95 mask.